I'm going to do something a little different tonight. Uh, I know it's not Halloween, but I've got two stories to tell you, and one is kind of local, and one is in England. So I'll start out with the first one. To get the right effect, my face will disappear. Several years ago, in the Piper's Gap area, there was a ghost hitchhiker. One night, two fellows had been to a party in Mount Airy, and they started driving back home. And it was kind of like a pea soup fog out there. And they was just riding and talking, about the party and all. And after a little while, they went up the road. One of the fellows got some kind of uneasy feeling as they were heading up the road, but he didn't know why. Now, this story was told on Coast to Coast Art Bell that used to be on the radio. It was a radio program, and I think George Norrie took it over after Art passed away. But anyway, they were heading home toward Galax. They lived in Galax, Virginia. So they were riding along, and up in their headlights they saw a hitchhiker. Well, it was kind of spooky to start with the pea soup fog around and all. So they headed on, and they got closer and closer to the hitchhiker. Well, one of the guys said, "Don't pick him up. He don't look right. There's just something about him. Don't pick him up." That guy said, "Come on now. I gotta pick him up." So they went by him, and then they stopped and they backed up, and the lights from their car shone on the hitchhiker. And when they both looked, the hitchhiker had no face. Just like what you're seeing now, all except it didn't glow like this does. Well, they hightailed it out of there, and they headed toward Galax, and they told the story, and they managed to get on the radio with the Art Bell program, and they told the story. Where this is at, you go into the town of Galax, and you stay on the road there, and it'll take you all the way to Mount Airy, Piper's Gap Road. The second story is about the Cornish mines in England. The Cornish people worked in the mines. Well, all was normal, but they left this one guy down there because he had to do some work to finish up. So they left him in the mines. And it was kind of like the zinc mines. You went down in a elevator, maybe 1,000 feet or ever what the depth of the mines are. But they left him, and so when I noticed he didn't come out of the mines, and they went back down there, and he had passed out. So when he come to, they asked him what happened, and he told them that he kept hearing voices in the water when it was trickling, but he knew it was voices. It wasn't the water. And then all of a sudden he heard footsteps, clank, 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 coming up the mine trail. Well, it got closer, and he saw a light. And the light was the miner's hat light. And it kept getting closer, and he said, "Hey there." And it wouldn't answer him. So he got his carbide lamp up and lit it lighter, and he walked toward it. He thought it was one of the miners trying to play a trick on him. So he held the light up, his light up to this supposed miner, and when he did, there was no face. And when the light shone on the miner's face, it glowed with no eyes, no nose, no mouth. He refused to go back in the mines and worked in the shop for the rest of his life till he retired. Now that's another story of two faceless ghosts. Good night.